Welcome to Expert Joomla Design Training. Today we're going to talk about understanding CSS, Cascading Style Sheets. If you're on our previous lesson, Understanding HTML, we've created a folder that has an index page. And on the index page, it shows Hello World, the text that you've placed on there, and your information. So I'm going to go ahead and shrink this page down. Bring it over here to the side. Now remember, to go in and make any editing to this index.html page, you can open it, right click, open with Notepad, and there you go. You're back into the actual Notepad file. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach a cascading style sheet. In order to do so, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder. Name that folder CSS. All right. Now it's an empty folder called CSS. Then I'm going to go to Start, All Programs, Accessories, and Notepad. And we're going to start writing our first cascading style sheet. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and make the background of this page blue, the color blue that's in this logo. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and open up Photoshop. In Photoshop, I've got this logo already opened. And I'm going to hit X, bring the color to the top, take the color picker, and with the color picker, I'm going to make sure I uncheck only web colors so that I get the actual RGB color. First two colors, two letters and numbers are red. Next two are green, next two are blue. That's how it works. 0 through 9, A through F. 0 is black, F is white. So what I'm going to do is with the color picker, I'm going to choose the color that I want for the background, and I'm going to copy this code that's right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this now, and let's write our first CSS document. CSS is a little bit different from HTML. Basically, these parentheses sort of things are what enclose what you're talking about, cascading style sheets. So inside the body, I'm going to name the background the color that I just selected. Control V, paste it in there, and then end it with the semicolon. File, save. Now we're going to save it inside that CSS folder, and we're going to name it design.css for cascading style sheet. Hit save. Let's pull the folder open, make sure it's in there. We're going to open CSS, and there it is, design.css. Now if we just simply save the HTML page and refresh it, you notice there's no changes. What we have to do is we have to attach the style sheet in the head of the document. So in order to do that, here within the head of the document, which is this top part from head to head, we're going to type link relation equals style sheet, href, hyperreference equals, then we see it's in the CSS folder with relation to the index page, the CSS folder, and it's design.css. So we type CSS / design.css. Type equals text / CSS. All right, we're going to go ahead and save this and refresh the page. And you notice it worked. Now there's a lot of great things you can do with cascading style sheets. One of the main ways of designing with cascading style sheets is by use of what is called div tags. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a div tag wrapped around all this stuff that we've created in the previous HTML lesson. So I'm going to place div space ID equals, and let's just name the ID test1. All right, and then we end the div around what we want the div tag around. Oops, div. Make sure all your spelling is correct. We're going to save this. You're not really going to notice a difference here until we do some of the styling. So we're going to open back up the design.css. And since we named this div tag test1, then I'm going to go underneath the body, and I'm going to go pound for the ID, test1. We're going to give this one a background of pound FFFFFF, which stands for white, and we're going to give it a width 500 px, 4 pixels. We're going to close it out, file save, refresh the page, and you notice it's at the 500 pixels in width. That is your div tag. Now you can do other little things like add padding, 10 px, file save, refresh it. Notice there's 10 pixels in padding all the way around it. So that's basic understanding of cascading style sheets, how they work with your HTML documents, and calling them into an HTML document. To learn more about designing websites, full database-driven websites through the power of Joomla, the content management system, join us at www.expertjoomladesign.com for more.